Welcome to the Python tutorial. Today we are going to talk about a function in Python. A function is a block of code that is used to perform a task. We can repeat the function many times as per our requirement, which means that we define a function once and a user can use over and over again. So this is called a function in Python. Now I'm going to explain you how to use the function. Function in Python are defined using the keyword def, and after the keyword we write the name of the function with parenthesis. So here I write the name of the function with parenthesis, and after that I put colon to get inside the function. And now I'm going to simply print a string which is hello, and in the next line I'll put return. Return are used to get out of the function. When I hit enter, we can see we will go out of the function. So here the new line is started. So now I'm going to call the function. To call the function, we simply write the name of the function. So now I'm simply write the name of the function followed by parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis we can place any argument. So here I don't put any argument. I'm going to simply call the function with the name. So here we get the result a string, which means that when we call the function with this name, the function is called and this hello is printed in output. So this is all about to calling and defining the function. In this tutorial we are going to discuss some argument which are used in function. So the first argument is a required argument. These argument pass to a function in a correct order, which means that the number of argument in the function call should match exactly to the function definition. So it is necessary to give the exact value in the function call and the function definition. So let's understand through a simple example. Here I'm going to create a function. After that I'll explain you the required argument. So for that you have to use a keyword def named hello. I'm going to simply print the string hello world. After that I'll simply return this function, and outside the function we have to simply call this function by name. So we will get the result hello world. So here we get the result hello world. So what is the required argument inside this function? Like x, and we did not pass anything inside this calling function, then we will get a positional argument error. So here we can see a one required positional argument error is shown. So here I'm going to simply pass a variable x here. When we run this module we will get the result hello world. Here we get the result x is not defined. So for that we have to define x equal to 12. We will get the result hello world because this function is executed correctly. So these are all about a required argument inside the function. The next argument is a keyword argument. It is related to a function call. So when we call the function, we have to identify the argument by a parameter name. So let's understand from the example. Here I'm going to simply create a function named hello, and inside the parenthesis I'll put x. After that I'll simply print the value of x when we call the function. So here I'm going to simply call the function by the name hello, and inside the function I'll put 23. So this 23 is passed to the variable x and the x is printed. So here we get the result 23. So what is a keyword argument inside this function? So as I already said, when we call the function we have to identify this argument by the parameter name. So here I'll put x equal to 23. So this value of 23 is identified by the parameter name x. So this is a keyword argument. So this is all about a keyword argument in function. The next argument is a default argument. It is an argument that assumes a default value if a value is not provided in the function call. So let's understand through a simple example. I'm going to create a simple function hello, and inside the function I'll simply put x and y two parameter. After that I'll simply print the value of x and y. So outside the function we will simply call this function by the name hello, and inside the function we will give two arguments which are 23 and 45. So when we run this module we will get the exact result, which is 23 and 45. So what is the default argument? So when we remove this value from the calling function and put inside the definition of the function, so what Python does, it will defaultly copy the value 23 inside this variable x. So when we run this module we will get the exact result, which is 23 and 45. So this is all about a default argument. The next argument is a variable length argument. This type of argument is used when we define the function and we don't know how many arguments we are going to pass inside the function, which means that the parameter and the argument both are vary as per our requirement. So let us understand through a simple example. First we have to create a function by the keyword def, and I name the function hello, and inside the function parenthesis I'll put two parameter, which is x and l, and before l I'll put asterisk mark, which denoted that here we passes a many value inside this parameter. So first we have to print the value of x. So I'll simply return this function, and I'm going to simply call this function by using 12. Here I put 12, so this 12 is copied to this variable x, and the x is printed. Here we get the result 12, and now I'm going to give some different values inside the function, which is 34, 45 and 56. So here we have three value for this variable l. So these three values are stored in the variable l. So I'm going to simply iterate the value from the l using a for loop. So for b in l, I'm going to simply print the value of b. Here we run this module, we will get the result 12, and after that we will iterate three value from the variable x, which is 34, 56 and 45. So here this variable length argument is three values, and the variable length parameter is l. We can pass different values, 56, again 78, 89. So these all values are stored inside this variable l, because there is an asterisk mark which denoted that we will passes different values and many values inside this variable l. So this is all about a variable length argument in function. In this tutorial we are going to discuss what is pass by value and what is pass by reference. So let's start with a pass by value. So when we pass a value, what we are doing is that we created a copy of that variable and passes to the function. Suppose we created a variable x equal to 5 outside the function, and when we pass the variable x equal to 5 inside the function, then we are not passing the actual value, we are only passing the copied value. Here I opened a Python script, and now I'm going to execute a simple example by passing a value inside the function. So for that we have to create a function. So here I'll put a keyword def to creating a function, and now I'll give the name of the function, which is hello, and inside this parenthesis I'll pass a parameter x. After that, I'll put colon to get inside this function, and I'm going to simply print the value of x. After that, it will return these values. So here our function is completed, and now we have to create a variable x which are passes inside this function. So for that, I'll put x equal to 13, and after the next line I'm going to simply call this function by using the name hello, and inside this function I'll put the argument x which is passes in this hello function. So when we execute this module, we get the result 13, because here we passes the variable x equal to 13. So what happened when I change x equal to 45? So here we get the new result which is x equal to 45. One more thing, if I'll print the actual value x, then we'll see what happened. So we get the original result which is 13. So now I'm going to explain you the pass by value inside this function. So here first we create a variable x equal to 13, and which is passed through a function hello. So when we pass this variable x equal to 13, then what we are doing here, we just passing the copy of this variable which is x. So when we change the x equal to 14 inside the function, then it will not reflect back here outside the function, because here we just only passing the copied value, not the actual value. So this is the method to passing the value inside this function. So this is all about a pass by value. Now let's move to the next topic, which is a pass by reference. When we pass something by reference, so what we are doing is we are passing the object itself, or we can say we passing the original variable. We are not copying the variable, we just passes the original variable inside the function. So any change in the object or variable inside the function, then those changes are reflected back to the actual variable. Now let us understand through a simple example. Here I'm going to execute a simple example of pass by reference. So first we have to create a function using the keyword def, and after that I'll put name of the function which is hello, and inside the parenthesis I'll keep a variable x, and after the colon we get inside the function, and I'm going to simply print the value of variable x. So here we return this function using the return keyword. So here this function is completed, and after that we have to create a variable which is passed inside the function. So here I'm going to create a variable in first line which is a. So here I created a list instead of variable. So here we have 4 items inside the list, and these 4 items are passed inside this function. To pass the list A inside this function, we have to call this function by the name hello, and here I put A to passes in this function. So here we run this module. So here we get the result of this list A. So now I'm going to explain you what is a pass by reference inside this function. Now I'm going to change the list A inside this function. So here I put x, and inside the square bracket I'll put 0, which is the index value of this list, and here I put 12. So here the list is updated by the index value of 0, which is equal to 12. And now I'm going to simply print the updated list. Here we get the result which is updated. So here you can see the index position at 0 is changes to value. Now I'm going to simply print the value of list A outside the function here. So here we get the same result which is outside the function. So there is no difference between the list inside the function and the outside the function, because when we pass the list inside the function, we just pass the actual list, not the copied list. Then whenever we change anything inside the list, then it will reflect back outside the function. So this is all about a pass by reference in function.